former rebel leader and politician Risha Boula on Wednesday launched a movement opposing the military government, a first sign of internal resistance to the military rule. Boula, in his statement, said that his new Council of Resistance for the Republic supports ECOWAS and any other international actors seeking to restore constitutional order in Niger and will make itself available for any useful purpose which aims at reinstating the overthrown President Mohamed Bazoum, who has been in detention at his residence since the takeover. Rufai, we had this conversation yesterday where we saw the Italian Prime Minister, admonish also berate France for exploiting, I believe it's Burkina Faso, because of their resources and 14 other West African countries. But let me pull up a statement credited to Burkina Faso's coup leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The statement reads, if USA and France want uranium, come to Niger and build nuclear power plants. If you want cocoa, come to Africa and build chocolate company. If you want copper, diamonds, tantalum, tin, gold, and silver, come to Africa and build the company. If you want lithium from Zimbabwe, come and build the company. Well, the Post went further to state that Nigeria is one of the largest oil-producing countries and doesn't have one single refinery. We're no longer in 1863 Abraham Lincoln. Actually, I want to come to you, Rufai, because you were trying to make a statement yesterday, and I wanted you to finish that statement in terms of the reason why the coup is festering right now.
Very well said.
Niger.
The reason why we have coups like this is that all of the resources of Africa have not been used for Africa. It's been used for people that exploit Africa, which are these colonialists. And that, like he has said, if you want to develop, if you want our resource, come to Africa and we'll make it better. Truth has to be said. The narrative, this narrative has always been on.
Yes.
Today, I pay tribute to Thomas Isidore Noel Sankara. This was what Sankara stood for. But also, I said before that we are our own problems. Because when you now have the right leadership that wants to do right, it is still people amongst us that these Western nations use. Because when Sankara started pushing for the resource of the land of the upright man, Burkina Faso. He changed the name of the country to be Burkina Faso, land of the upright man. When he was pushing for the resource to be used, it was still a fellow Burkinabe called Blaise Compaoré that they used to kill that man. And that man had nothing. He had nothing except a little guitar holding this banjo he had. But he fought for his country. Yeah. And Africans, we should stop killing our good leaders. Let's stop killing our best brain. If we come together and we have something the French will call solidarité, then we can build this African continent. But you see, we have so many thieves amongst us because of what they want to eat from the West and little promises of the future. In the first place, when the colonizers came to colonize us, wasn't it our African chiefs that they gave gunpowder and some other things to be able to sell us into slavery? Let us look inward. Yeah. The problem of Africa, yes, one is that of colonialists, but it's also our fellow Africans. Right. We don't come together, we don't love ourselves, and if we don't do that, Africa will not survive. Right.
But over to you, Ayo. I mean, if you would like to, really touch on that last statement I made, and also the resistance right now, the new, rebel group that is forming in Niger. If you could really touch on that really quickly, so we can end the show.
We've had quite a conversation around this, and a few experts and guests have spoken to this with regards to what's going in Niger. Later on today, we'll have the ECOWAS heads of state and government come together to have conversations. And what has been said, I quoted Mr. Femi Falana earlier, is that on that agenda today should also be how the government can look inward and how we can work to build. No one will save Africa from the outside. We have to do it from the inside. Absolutely. I hope that's part of the conversation.
Dr. Bati, 1 minute. To go.
Well, Boula is the name of the man that is leading the coalition for resistance for the Republic, the CRR, as it is otherwise known. So they are resisting in the name of the Republic. And again, he has his support. He's very close to the Tuaregs in the north, as I pointed out earlier on, who control commerce and politics in that part of the country. So you have the Hausas, which General Chani and his supporters belong to, the group they belong to. You have at the center of it, Bazoum, who is a minority Arab, who became president and who has now, seemingly been deposed. And then you have, this likely coalition from the north involving the Tuaregs, who are sympathetic to Bazoum. The fear here is that Niger could become a major theater of war. Another Libya on our hands.
Unfortunately.
The situation probably made worse also by the complexity of factors. All these players that I've pointed out, and then you still have the Islamic jihadists, and then the fact that the whole of the Sahel region,
big problem,
from Mali to Burkina Faso all the way to Libya, could further implode.
Absolutely.
It will be a major problem for the West African region. It will be a major crisis in terms of humanitarian issues for the international community. So the responsibility of leadership is one, leadership, which can solve so many things.
Yes.
Number two, the responsibility to protect all the ordinary people, innocent people who may suffer as a result of this. And number three is to continue to pursue the objective of peace.
Right.
Pacific resolution of disputes being one of the major pillars of the UN Charter to which all these countries are signatories.
Yeah, pursue peace. That's really what we need.